Imagine being called slow. Imagine struggling to speak until the age of 4. Imagine teachers telling your parents, "He might never succeed in life." Now, imagine turning all of that into genius. This is not a movie. This is real. This is the story of a boy who couldn't speak, yet grew up to speak to the universe. A boy who failed the entrance exam to a school, but later built the foundations of modern physics. A boy who was rejected by professors, yet became a professor to the world. Today we don't just tell his story. We explore his pain, his passion, and his purpose, because behind every formula, there's a fire. Behind every theory, 1,000 failures. And behind the name Einstein, a human being who dared to be different. So if you've ever felt lost, if you've ever been told you can't, if you've ever doubted your own value, this story is for you. Grab your headphones, open your heart, and get ready to be inspired. This is the journey of Albert Einstein, from silent child to the voice of the universe. Let's begin. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in a small city called Ulm, in Germany. From the moment he was born, Albert was different. He didn't speak until he was nearly 4 years old. His parents were worried. Some people even thought he had a learning disability. But Albert wasn't stupid. He was simply thinking deeply. While other children spoke quickly and carelessly, Albert was quiet. He watched. He listened. He thought. As a young boy, Albert loved puzzles, music, and mechanical objects. When he was 5, his father gave him a simple compass. Albert was fascinated. Why did the needle always point north? What invisible force was moving it? That small compass opened Albert's mind to big questions. He wanted to understand the universe, how it worked, why it worked, and what laws governed everything. But school was not easy for him. He didn't enjoy strict rules or memorizing facts. His teachers thought he was lazy or slow. He didn't speak much. He was always lost in his thoughts. One teacher even told him he would never amount to anything. Still, Albert kept thinking. He loved math and science. He taught himself algebra and geometry at a young age. He read books far above his level, while other students followed the rules. Albert followed his curiosity. When he was a teenager, his family moved to Italy, and later he studied in Switzerland. Even there, professors didn't think highly of him. They said he wasn't academic enough. When he graduated, he couldn't find a job at a university. No one wanted to hire him. So, Albert took a job as a clerk at a patent office. It wasn't exciting, but it gave him time to think. And while working there, he did something incredible. In 1905, while still unknown and working a regular job, Albert published 4 scientific papers that changed the world. That year is now called his miracle year. One of those papers introduced the famous equation. This small equation showed how energy and mass are related. It became one of the most important scientific ideas in history. But Einstein didn't stop there. Over the next years he developed the theory of relativity, changing how we see time, space, and gravity. He said that time could move slower or faster, depending on how fast you travel. He showed that space could bend. These ideas were shocking, but they were true. People finally began to notice. In 1921, Einstein won the Nobel Prize in Physics, not for relativity, but for explaining the photoelectric effect, another discovery that helped create modern electronics. Einstein became famous around the world. He traveled, gave speeches, and met presidents and kings, but he remained simple. He didn't care about money or fame. He cared about truth, peace, and kindness. In the 1930s, as Hitler rose to power in Germany, Einstein, a Jewish man, fled to the United States. He spoke out against racism, war, and nuclear weapons. He believed that science should serve humanity, not destroy it. He helped warn the US about Nazi Germany's nuclear ambitions, but later regretted the creation of atomic bombs. He spent his final years promoting peace and education. Even as he grew old, Einstein never stopped learning. He once said, "I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious." He died in 1955, but his legacy lives on. His theories still shape science today. His face is on posters, books, and walls. But more than that, his story inspires millions. Albert Einstein was not a king. He didn't have armies. He didn't own castles. He wasn't born with fame, money, or a perfect mind. But what he had was curiosity, a hunger to learn, a fire that wouldn't die. He asked questions no one dared to ask. He searched for truth when others settled for easy answers. He failed. He was rejected. He was doubted, but he never gave up. And in doing so, he gave us a new way to see the universe. He turned time into a question. He turned space into a puzzle. And he showed the world that even one mind, in one body, from one place, can change everything. And if Einstein's story teaches us anything, it's this: success doesn't wait for those who sit still. It comes to those who stand up, take action, and keep moving forward, even when the world doubts them. The time to begin is not tomorrow. It's today. It's now. Because dreams don't work unless you do, and goals don't chase themselves. You must chase them. Maybe you feel small. Maybe you feel lost. But remember, every great mind, every powerful leader, every world changer once stood where you stand now. They didn't wait for the perfect day. They didn't wait for more money, or more support, or more confidence. They started. With fear, with doubts, with nothing but a fire inside their heart. And that fire made all the difference. So when you hear the voice that says, "Wait until tomorrow," you're not ready yet. You're not good enough. Silence, ignore it, and take the first step anyway. Because one small step, taken today, is worth more than 1,000 dreams left for tomorrow. Don't let laziness steal your future. Don't let fear lock your dreams away. Don't let the negative voices slow you down. Rise up. Work hard. Start now. The world needs builders, dreamers, fighters, people like you. Not next year. Not. Einstein didn't wait for the world to understand him. He dared to understand the world. And now, it's your turn. No matter where you start, no matter how many times you fall, Your journey can inspire generations if you have the courage to begin. So stand tall, be bold, be brave, and above all, be relentless. The future is waiting for you. Your dreams are calling you, and your best days are still ahead. So go, build, create, shine. Because you were not born to stay still. You were born to move mountains. So when you're struggling to understand something, remember Einstein. When people don't believe in you, remember Einstein. When life feels slow, strange, or unfair, remember Einstein. Because he proved that greatness doesn't just come from being perfect. It comes from being passionate. It comes from staying curious. It comes from never stopping the search for truth. Thank you for being part of Master English Stories. Keep believing, keep growing, and remember, the greatest journeys always begin with one simple decision. The decision to start today, now, you.